Hi everyone, it's Amy. I want to share some Tilda Easter cards that I made. And this is my first Tilda project. I bought some three Tilda pads, 12 by 12 pads from artattacksupplies.com, and everything now is 15% off. So I purchased All That Is Spring, and this is this one. And my first card is made from some papers from All That Is Spring, and my second card is from Happiness Is Homemade. And my third that I didn't use for a card, but I purchased is Country Escape, which is now discontinued, so I will be making projects with that. I haven't cut into that yet, but I did cut into my other ones. I've been so inspired by things I've seen people make. So let me show you my first card. It's made from All That Is Spring, and I did cut out the little punch outs. I didn't cut them, but I just punched them out. And there are also some cutouts, and I just put them in a baggie. And then I did the same thing with the homemade stack, and this is the other punch outs. So I used those, and well, let me just show you my card. My first card I made, I wanted it to be, let me zero in here and get a little closer. I wanted it to be very distressed, and as you can see, the backing is Tilda paper, and it is from the All That Is Spring collection. And I took I made a mat of just blue cardstock, and I distressed the edges, and then this is paper from pattern paper from the pad from the top, and I put all the edges through my Distress It All, which I love that tool. It's so much easier than using the little handheld Tim Holtz. And I hope you can hear me because I have a pellet stove, no, actually a fan going, a heater going on in the back. So I'm going to compete with that. So I really love the distress edges. I decided to curl these two spots, and then I put a little die cut from the collection underneath, the little rose. And this is a, oh gosh, what is this? I had trouble cutting this big doily out, and I don't know if I'm ever going to do it again. Marianne Designs, or I don't know, I'm not sure. I'll put it in the description. But I mean, it's beautiful, but as you can see, I couldn't get all the little bits, and I ran that through so many times, and I'd spin the die and turn it around again and run it through. I put a shim of cardstock in, but it's still, I mean, it's a beautiful doily, but, and I like how the inside is punched out. So it's a very dimensional card. I've got even the doily on dimensionals, and then I've got the bunny rabbit, the winged bunny rabbit, up on dimensionals above that. So it's like a two-layered. I had this little corner from, I believe it's from Wild Orchids Crafts, and it's silver, and I put some gesso on it to give it that shabby chic look. And I put down here, this is a cutout, and then I've got a couple of different flowers. This is a rose, and this is the big gardenia, and a little, what do they call those, cherry blossoms? No, sweetheart rose. I'm not sure, but I've got those from Wild Orchid Crafts. This is a circle I cut out. Actually, no, it's the circle from the middle of this die, and because I did two of them. And I added a button, and if you could see, I put some little silver thread on the button. And I tucked this little, this is the leaves of one of the flowers, I mean the petals. And you know, sometimes when you peel off the leaves, you want your flower smaller, so you peel off some of the petals. And I just tucked the petals behind there, and I added a spray of these beautiful little beads, white beads. And so I'm really happy how it came out. It's, if you can see the three-dimensional of it. And because it's quite heavy, I wanted to make the card sturdy enough, so I added a 6x6 piece on the back, because it is a 6x6 card. I like the square cards. So I'm very happy with how it turned out. And let's see, is there anything else I wanted to show you? I did want to show you that Happy Easter sentiment. It comes from an old Stampin' Up. This is what I use, and it's from an old Stampin' Up kit. It's called Miracle of Spring, and it comes with these stamps. So I'm sure they don't make it anymore. This is so old, because I started with Stampin' Up a long time ago. So that is my first card. I love it. I haven't done Shabby Chic in a while, and I really do love it. So I'm going to put that aside, and then I'm going to show you my second card. Now this I love the colors. I wanted to make it completely different. And I did roll an edge, but I rolled it down here, and I put a little punch out also right there. But this card was such a trial and error for me, because before I put this cluster on the top left, I just had things going all around, and your eye really didn't gravitate to one spot. It just kind of went all over. So I knew I had a little flower up here. I knew I had to do something, you know, pretty major up on this left side. So I added this, something from my stash, this flower here. And this is still the Happy Easter sentiment. I punched it out, and this card is all edged with vintage photo, and it's all distressed. And this is the paper from, once again, All That Is Homemade. So here's the Tilda. And if you notice in the background, I used this heart doily, excuse me, which I love. And this is, it's from the Quick Cuts Die Nesting Doily Hearts. And I used this middle one. And I distressed that. I loved how that turned out. This isn't quite as three-dimensional as the other one, but I added a couple of the cutouts. I have a little spool of thread, one on its side, and then the little button card, which I put vintage photo around the edge, and then a little rose. And then I put Tilda herself up on dimensionals, and I added a little rosebud that goes next to her hand, and then I just went off and curled the bottom. So it looks like she's carrying a long-stemmed rose. And this card, other than the rolled, I also did a tear method. It doesn't show the best part of the cardstock underneath, but it does show. But it got kind of hidden with that big daisy. So there she is. I added some pearl bling here and some stars, three-dimensional stars there. And yeah, I like how that turned out. A lot of trial and error. I did also, this is some little green flat back pearls and gardenia. And yeah, so that's it. This one this is what the inside looks like, and then the outside I backed with that paper, which is what's underneath. It's one of the mats. Is that type of paper. So those are my cards. I really am happy with them. I had a great time making them, and I hope you like them. And I tried. Next, I want to make a an envelope, not a flat envelope, but one that will fit. You know, like the 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch deep envelope, so that these wide cards can fit in there. But I'm really happy with how they turned out, and I hope you like them, guys. So thanks a lot for stopping by, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.